What's up, everybody? So, I thought why not actually do a little bit of a kind of a rant video today, and I won't sound too pissed off or anything. I'll promise you that, but it is a rant video, so yeah. So as you guys know, today Nintendo announced that they will be they finally unveiled the pricing for their new Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, which if you guys don't know, 2 weeks ago we had a Nintendo Direct, and was it 2 weeks ago or three? I can't remember. Time flies by. But anyway, we had a Nintendo Direct a while back, and they unveiled that we were gonna get an expansion pass of the online service, and two features were included on the expansion pass. That was the ability to play Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games, which I did see N64 coming because I assumed the next Nintendo system we were gonna play for Nintendo Switch Online is Nintendo 64. And I thought N64 definitely deserve some love. And of course, as you see, I got my original N64 controller, of course, with the cord. This isn't the wireless one, which I hope to get later. But I want to talk about this expansion pass because I think, to me, as a fan of Nintendo and as someone who collects Nintendo, I feel like it's really disappointing because when I saw the pricing for the online service, I thought it was a sick joke at first, but then I realized, I'm like, dude, it's not a joke. It's really for real. It's really, really stupid how Nintendo still in 2021 doesn't get how to make a proper online service. Now, as you guys, I haven't really talked about my thoughts on Switch Online, but obviously, like, I myself, with most of you, agree that the system is a bare bones system. It's not really an online service that is well properly made. I think it has a lot of issues. I mean, obviously it's peer to peer, and I can't stand peer to peer, especially when I'm playing games like Smash Brothers, or if I'm playing something like Mario Maker, which Mario Maker on Switch Online is bare bones. 10 frames. What are you thinking, Nintendo? And I mean, I guess games like Splatoon and Mario Kart are decent, but there's many games that I try to play that the online service is just whack. And my one of my biggest problems with the online service too is how they handle their legacy content. So as you know, for Nintendo Switch Online, you can play NES and Super Nintendo games, which is cool because, I mean, it's something that we've been wanting, right, for a while. We've been wanting, like, the virtual console to be on the Switch, which unfortunately is not a thing right now because Nintendo decided to move forward with that, which I thought was really dumb and stupid because I myself love the virtual console. I think the virtual console is was probably one of the best things Nintendo had going, during the Wii U, and 3DS days. And it kind of sucks how, like, nowadays they basically make us pay money for their god awful online service so we can play these classic games that you can play many ways. For me, it's never an issue for me because I have the original systems, and I don't have, like, all the games yet, but I have most of them. So I'm not like oh man, how do I play these games on my Switch? Because there's many ways to play them. I mean, emulators. There's many ways to play classic Nintendo games, and especially N64. Now, my problem with this being, now I'm not mad that they chose N64 over anything else. Hell no. I mean, I love the fact that we got N64 on the Switch. I would have also preferred Game Boy Advance being there too. I think Game Boy Advance should have also gotten that spot, but I don't mind Sega Genesis. But the problem is the pricing. So they've mentioned that if you already pay yearly for the Switch, I think, or no, actually, if you pay yearly for the expansion pass, you'll be paying $50 a year, which is really stupid to me because I don't get the point of that. I don't really get the the idea of that, because I don't understand why we got to pay $50 more for a crappy online service that is still lagging behind Sony and Microsoft. And again, Nintendo, as a fan, and I know you may never watch this video, but I'm just going to tell you this. Nintendo, you have two companies who have not only done a better online service, but have shown you how to handle an online service. Now, for example, you go to Microsoft, you go to Xbox Live. Xbox has a lot of great deals when it comes to Game Pass. You can play almost any first-party Microsoft game. Yes, I'll agree, Microsoft's first-party games are really trash. I mean, I'm not talking, games like Halo and Gears, but most of their first-party games are really trash because their first-party IP is not as good as, like, Nintendo and Sony's IPs. But obviously, like, it's still cool how you can play, like, their first-party games day one on Game Pass. Game Pass is a really great thing that they've expanded with because not only can you play a catalog of their first-party IPs, including games from Bethesda, you are also getting a lot of games. For example, I can play Kingdom Hearts 3 right now on Game Pass for free. That's a great game, and that's definitely a game I recommend downloading. And there's other games out there to get. Hell, Marvel's Avengers just came out on Game Pass, even though I know that's not a game I will call a great game, but it's still, I mean, hell, it's free to play, and definitely check that out. I mean, games like GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 were on Game Pass, but there's other games that are also great that are on Game Pass to check out. And Game Pass is a great deal because I feel like that was one of the reasons why I got an Xbox, to play other catalog of games that I can try out, And especially, yeah, I know games with gold is really trash, but at least you get free games with that. And I don't own a PlayStation, but I know that PlayStation also has some good deals when it comes to games. And it's kind of interesting how, like, Nintendo is still at this day of age, they still don't know why people hate their online service. Nintendo, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm not talking those that obviously make videos of people hating Switch Online every day. No, I'm talking about people who have criticized Nintendo Switch Online. But there's also videos where people have said, okay, it sucks, but how do you make it better? Well, Nintendo, you have two companies who have shown you the blueprints. Hell, I mean, aren't you guys buddies with Microsoft, for fuck's sakes? Why don't you let them help you make a proper online service? Hell, why don't you have Discord handle your shitty voice chat, because voice chatting on Nintendo Switch Online fucking sucks. I have to use a stupid app that, hell, nobody even fucking uses. And it's like, dude, like, why would you want to voice chat on a stupid app that even fucking lags a lot, that it's not even worth fucking trying? Like, Nintendo, you have a problem. Your problem is that you're still out of touch when it comes to your online service. Your online has sucked since the goddamn Wii, but at least with the Wii and the Wii U and 3DS, your online was free. And hell, even if it sucked, I wouldn't complain a lot. But the only reason I would be complaining right now is because you're charging us more money for this god-awful online service that still fucking sucks in 2021, and you guys don't even know what the fuck... You guys don't even know what the fuck is wrong with your fucking online service. Like, you think that us paying money so we can play these freaking NES, Super Nintendo, and now this expansion pass to play N64 games is going to help save your online service? If you think that's the truth, Nintendo, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're still stuck in 1999. You're still stuck in 1999, Nintendo. You have no idea what the fuck is the point of making an online service. Why couldn't it have just been for free, Nintendo? I mean, seriously, you guys are like putting so much money in the bank. As I know you got a lot of money, why don't you invest actually into making a better, proper online service? Instead of saying, "Oh, we don't know why our fans don't like our service. We don't know why fans don't want to pay more for our expansion pass." The only way, Nintendo, I feel like we could pay more is if the service was great. If it was great, if it was in par with like Sony and Microsoft service, I'd gladly pay for more, because I know I'm getting a better deal. I'm getting proper voice chat, I'm getting proper online connectivity, and of course, let's not forget the deals that Microsoft and Sony has for their games. Hell, I mean, you guys are still charging $60 for your first party games. Like, you're still charging Breath of the Wild, which came out like 5 years ago, $60, and Mario Odyssey. Why don't you guys do discounts? I mean, I know they do sales, but they rarely do sales of their first party games. And I'm not saying to give out like games like Breath of the Wild for free or anything like that. I'm just saying like just do sell of your first party games, and maybe people will, and maybe you'll start selling more games, because that's how that's how other games from other third party companies make sales from other platforms and even on PC, because there's always sales and discounts. And how do you think like those games sell more? Because whenever games like that are discounted, even games that suck get discounted a lot, and you could still give out those games. You could give us some indie games for free. That would be a good idea, instead of giving us stupid game trials for the online service. It's like, at this point, I don't even know why it's worth paying more money for to play N64, because there's many ways of playing N64. I have the original system. I have most of these games that were shown off of the Direct. Okay, I myself, I'm not worried about, oh my god, how am I going to play N64, because I have the original system. Now, the one thing I would like to get would be the controller, because I like to use the controller whenever I get a PC later on. I like to use that controller to play N64 games on my PC, as I can do with the NES Super Nintendo controllers that I have for the Switch. And of course, obviously, as you know, these controllers are freaking sold out too, and it doesn't surprise me. And it's like, it's such a paywall now. It's like, why do you have to pay $50 more? You're basically paying $70 for the complete service, which makes no freaking sense. It's like, dude, Nintendo, how the hell am I gonna pay more money for a crappy online service that still sucks in 2021? I don't understand the value and the point, Nintendo. You guys are just so out of touch. You're so out of touch with gaming. Not with gaming, because you're still making great games. But you're just out of touch when it comes to online gaming, is what I'm trying to say. So just let me recorrect that. You're out of touch with online gaming. Because Nintendo, you're still making kick-ass games. You're still making great, awesome games. But you guys are so out of touch when it comes to making a better fucking online service. And yet you don't know what's going to make your online service better. It's not the classic library, because if you guys had the Virtual Console, I wouldn't mind paying like $5 or $6 for an N64 game, because at least if I buy it, I would have that game forever, So if you still have the Virtual Console, I still would be fine with it, because I don't mind paying for these games over and over again, because at least when I pay them, I at least have them forever. Like right now, like on my Wii U, I can still buy N64 games for like $10 a piece if I want to, and that's not a bad deal, because you can. There's many ways to play N64. Whether you have N64 games on your Wii, of course, if you bought any N64 games on your Virtual Console, if you have a Wii U, you can still buy N64 games. Of course, if you have the original system, or more importantly, emulating, you can. And again, I'm not condoning piracy by any means, but that is another way to play N64. And I mean, I'm just glad that I still have the original system, because as a collector, I tend to play those games where they originally originated, because I'm more of a purist when it comes to that. But honestly, man, if you think Nintendo Switch Online is going to be saved by having this expansion pass, I'm sorry to tell you, Nintendo, it's not going to be a save. And not even with the Sega Genesis games, it's not going to help. And it's just... It's unfortunate how you guys still don't know how to make a proper online service. Nintendo, I am telling you this as a fan. If you really want to know why your online service sucks, you might want to talk to your fans, and you might also want to talk to Microsoft, because they maybe actually can help you make an online service that's better. Now, maybe not better than theirs, but at least as good as they can be, to the point where it can compete as theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because at least they can show you the blueprints of how to make a proper online service. And unfortunately, until then, Nintendo Switch Online still sucks in 2021. Now again, it's not a video because I'm mad or anything. I'm just disappointed as a fan, because I want Nintendo Switch Online to be good. I really want it to be good. I'm pretty sure most of you out there who's watching this wants Nintendo Switch Online to be good. Not because we get these classic systems in the Switch, but because we want to play games online with better connectivity, better voice chat, just better features. That's all we're asking, Nintendo. We're not asking much. You know? Like, if your online service was great, and even if you were still out offering these classic games for your online service, I'd be like, okay, if it's great to the point that it's comparable to Microsoft and Sony's online service, I'd say sure, I don't mind paying for more because at least I'm getting a proper online service. But in 2021, you guys are still stuck in 1999. You guys are still stuck in the N64 era, before GameCube, obviously. But all I'm just saying, Nintendo, listen to your fans. Understand why Nintendo Switch Online sucks. Understand what you need to do, how to make the service better. Because classic games are not going to help make it work better. And you know that. So, that's just my rant right there, That's just my opinions. Yes, I'm disappointed as a fan, and I'm pretty sure most other people are also disappointed because this is just a joke. This is just a joke. But I'm not like, oh, I'll never get to play N64 on Switch because I don't care. I have the original N64, and it's not like I need to worry about playing N64 games. And then again, I got most of the games on my collection, so it's not like I care, but I understand why some people do care because they want to take some N64 games on the go. But it sucks that they have to pay $50 for an expansion pass of an online service that is still bare bones in 2021, and it's unacceptable. Nintendo, fix your shit.